Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the worst reviews ever. I got KC Fred in here. Amazing. And Manic should be here in a little bit. And Wally said he'll probably try to join towards the end. But before we go, how's everybody doing today?
Doing good, doing good. Hey, now I don't wear this crazy hat for nobody, man. I just
Oh,
want to give
shit.
a special shout out to my little brother. Hey, Jerk, this is for you. All right, you know what I'm saying? Happy birthday, baby. Come on now. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying? Still got to wear the Chiefs colors. Come on, what's up? What's up? But it's your
Happy
birthday, man.
birthday.
So I hope
appreciate
you
y'all.
are going to
Appreciate
have a
y'all.
great birthday, bro, man. What are
Yeah,
you
nah,
doing?
man. I get depressed on birthdays, man. That's one more year. You getting older and shit. I think after like what's that like hump where as first I think in your 20s you're a little excited still, but I think once you start getting like 32, you're like, oh shit. Like see that cake coming out with them numbers on it, you're like, wait, nah, I
Well,
appreciate it.
hey, they got a sale on Icy Hot and Ben Gay. If you want me
Oh,
to, I
okay,
can
nah, I need
keep
to pick some
some.
up. Yeah, I was sore as shit after I got out the gym today. I was like, my shoulder was hurting. Yeah, I went lay down, like took two naps.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
all right, man, we'll go ahead and pull up the slides and stuff, get ready for that. But thanks again, y'all. But all right, y'all. Today, the movie we're going to review is Rebel Ridge. So, Rebel Ridge is a 2024 American crime action thriller film written, produced, and directed and edited by Jeremy Saulner. Damn, he made sure he put all his duties in his first summary. So, Rebel Ridge, a former Marine, grapples his way through a web of small town corruption when an attempt to post bail for his cousin escalates into a violent standoff with the local police chief. So, all right, jumping into the directors and producers. So, again, directed by Jeremy Saulner, produced by Anish, Neil Coop, Vincent Savino, and Jeremy again. Yeah, Jeremy's like, look, I'm getting all my credit. I'm surprised Jeremy ain't acting a movie, you know? So, the cast for the movie: Aaron Pierre as Terry Richard, Don Johnson as Chief Sandy Byrne, Sophia Robb as Summer McBride, David Denman as Officer Evan Marston, Emery Cohen as Officer Steve Lon, Steve as Elliot. I don't even know who. Zahn, Jay as Officer Jessica Sims, Dana Lee as Mr. Lou, and James Cromwell as Judge. Definitely butchered some of them names up, but it's all good. So, all right, the rating scale. So we'll go through, we get our rating scales, and then of course we'll toss it to somebody so they go through the questions. So I'll start with myself today. So my rating for this movie, I'm gonna say 6.5. Manic Genius. What's your rating for this movie?
I got it at a solid 7.
Okay. So you're in between good and very good. I had it at good. All right, amazing. What's your rating for this movie?
I was gonna go with 7.5.
7.5. Okay, very good. Okay, definitely got some pushback for you, but Casey Fred, what's your rating for this movie?
I actually got it at a 7. That's where I had it at. So
Okay, 7. So me and Amazing kind of the outliers. So I'll
You
go ahead and I'll go first. So I gave this a 6.5, which was in a good territory. And the reason I gave it that rating, I definitely like some of the action scenes, but I'll say the acting, dialogue, and stuff was a little watered down. So I think I was me and Manic was talking a little bit about this. I was like, man, they should have just had more like action scenes. Like the old school karate movies back in the day. They uttered like two sentences, and the rest of it was just like people fighting and stuff. So I think they should have went that route. I definitely like the main character. I like this was his first movie. You could tell he's probably a little nervous, but I think he did a good job. And same thing with the female. But yeah, I think the plot was a little weak, and it seemed kind of disconnected because at some parts, it's just so unrealistic where it kind of just jumped a little bit. And then when they got back to the, police chief's office, it just the way it kind of escalated, like the whole town and stuff. So I know there was corruption, but it's just like to that extent that they could get away with it and what they were doing. I thought that was a little too unrealistic. So again, I think the main actor, I think he did a good job. I don't know if he played in any other movies, never recognized him, but I think he did a good job for it. And the one female that was like that called him back to the situation. I know she was in that what's the movie where she got her like arm or Soul Surfer or something like that. So definitely a good actress. And what I changed with this movie? I definitely would have made sure my man took a bath in the movie because he was sleeping outside, riding that bike like he was what was that old school biker of the day that got caught up in this stuff? Yeah, but they had my man like racing the bus and stuff. So yeah, I know my man was like mad musty. So I would have liked to see like a bath scene a little earlier. But now I just like I said, I would have put more of a better storyline to it where, you know, they kind of elaborated on a corruption scheme a little bit more, where they kind of had to, I say, do more detective work because it's just like they got the box of paperwork and they damn near pieced the whole plot together. So I'm like, man, if y'all could figure that out in like 20 minutes, you know, how come nobody else saw this, you know? So yeah, that's would have been my changes to the movie. So I'll go ahead and I'll toss it to Amazing.
I'll go ahead and I'll toss it to Manic.
What's this, hot potato? All right, I'll go. Was my first pick. I'll toss it to Fred.
Oh, you
Go
serious?
ahead. Go ahead, Fred.
No.
Go ahead, Fred.
If you want to,
man.
I don't care.
Hey, so I actually put it in at 7. I actually like the two main characters, Terry and Summer, coming together. But Terry, I felt like he did an excellent job. It was crazy because one thing I kept trying to figure out at the beginning when he all of a sudden got harassed by the cops and literally got hit, you know, with his bike and stuff. I was like, okay, is this about to be one of those, you know, slavery movies or something? I didn't know what was getting ready to go down. And then, like I said, like Jerk was talking about, you find out the more into it that it was about corruption. And I like the simple fact that he was there for only one reason, and that was his cousin. And so for them to find out that they was messing with the wrong guy, because when they finally, he was trying to get bail money and they took his money that he was trying to get bail for his cousin to be able to get him out, he knew, like, there was this gut feeling like he knew that he only had limited time. And so you find out later on that that's how he meets Summer, because one thing, they're trying to make it extremely almost impossible for him to be able to reach his cousin. And then when he finally gets supposedly, you know, the right to be able to try to make a deal with the cops to be able to, and I believe it was the chief of police, to be able to get his cousin. He gets there and they tell him he's 3 minutes late. And so they already had the bus moving. And being a Marine, he takes off on his bike just to be able to catch up with his cousin one last time while he was alive and say, hey, I'm coming. Hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm coming for you. Hey, I'm gonna figure this out. And then in prison, they kill him, man. They literally kill him and then bring him back. His cousin, he's dead, and he sees that. And then they tell him, hey, here's your money back. We need you to go ahead and leave town. And as a Marine, he has all this skill set and all this power. And you find out that he has to make this conscious decision. Well, the reality is, he was like, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and leave. And Summer, who was supposed to be the one that was supposed to help him to try to get his cousin out, she says, hey, there's more than what meets the eye. And because of the digging that she did, next thing you know, she's pretty much all of a sudden in the same situation where all of a sudden now they're trying to come after her and kill her. And then he has to make a little moral decision on whether, hey, do I come back and help her, or do I let her die just like I let my cousin die? So, I mean, I enjoyed the progression. I felt like it was slow at the beginning. That's why I couldn't get get it any higher than a 7. But as it progressed, the action was definitely good. I enjoyed it. There was, I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of racial overtones in this movie. So for some people, it definitely kind of make you angry. Would I recommend this movie? I think I would because of the action. Would I watch it again? I think so, because at the end of the day, it just seemed like it was so slow to put all the pieces together. Um, and usually in a crime scene, you have that aha moment, and that took forever for it to be like aha. And then it was just like, I don't know. I was glad that he came back and avenged not only his cousin, but then he came back for her, which at the end of the movie, not only did he come back for her, but then he also helped another cop that actually stood up for them as well. And I thought that was pretty cool at the end. Like I said, the plot situation I thought was slow, but the storyline was cool because one thing, you want justice to be served when it comes to corruption. But like Jerk said, it did take way too long for it to be able to internalize. And then the only people that really stuck out was, I enjoyed Terry. But one scene that really got my eye was the judge. That all of a sudden he realized that there was corruption. He really felt like he was trapped. He had to do what he had to do. And then he felt bad about it once he got caught. And I think he knew he was going to get caught and knew that they was coming and stuff like that. And, taking his wife's pills so that way he could, die, which they don't show that, but you knew after all those pills, even with the ambulance coming, he was gonna die. And I thought that was kind of serious right there. I also like the action, the confrontation between him and Chief Sandy. I thought that was incredible. I've never really seen Don Johnson in that role before, as far as such a corrupted chief of police, like he owns the place. But at the end of the day, I was glad that justice was served to all of them, thanks to Terry in the movie. Things I would change, I think this part, character development at the beginning, I felt like was dragging and it was slow. So I felt like if they could have picked that up so we could just catch on to the ride, because it did kind of move on quickly towards the end. But at the end, it felt kind of rushed. And then the ending, I guess it was a one and done, because they never did say that they was going to have a part 2 or any of that or whatever. So anything I would change? No, I would probably just leave it the way it is, just except for the beginning as far as the build up. But that's my take on it.
All right, amazing.
Let's see. Would I recommend the movie? I would. What did I think about the plot and storyline? I really liked it. I liked the beginning, just because I felt like it kind of took off quick with like, what in the world is going on here? You knew right away, like these were kind of bad cops one way or the other. So you didn't necessarily know why they were not good cops, but you knew they were not good. I really liked Terry and Summers' relationship and just kind of how that progressed, as far as you could tell she was going to help him pretty much right away. And then I also liked how they went to kind of her background and challenges, and then connected the dots between her and the judge and then her child, just because I think that's definitely real life type stuff. I also really liked the way he was just like always on that bike and in the wilderness, and he just had all of these kind of unordinary skill set where he kind of really, like Fred had mentioned early, like the racial undertone, where he let so much of that slide. And then when they found out, wait a minute, when they're Googling his name, this guy is, like he's like hardcore. So I liked all of that. And I just like their chemistry in the movie for as far as those two go. Would I change anything? I don't think I would. I pretty much enjoyed it throughout. I didn't. To me, it went. There wasn't anything that kind of was extreme or paused or anything like that. So I don't necessarily think I would change anything. I really also liked his relationship and the bond that him and his cousin had, and how he said, hey, yes, my cousin, you know, he's going to prison, but it was for this minor thing. And then they do find all this, you know, corruption. And I also liked how they really explained how the corruption happened. So I don't think I would change anything. I overall really like the movie.
All right. Manic Genius.
I also rated this a 7, like Casey Fred. I felt like the movie overall. Well, let me get to the questions. Would I recommend this movie to anyone? I would. It was a good movie. I actually liked the storyline better than the plot. I felt like from the beginning of the movie, the first 2 minutes, really, it jumps right into it. So I think there were some slow parts during some transitions early on, but midway towards the end of the movie, it really does pick up, and it is pretty exciting to watch all the way through, because obviously the overall plot was kind of predictable in the sense of, you know, the good guy's going to win, but the journey to get there was I found it very entertaining. So as far as the plot, the only thing I really didn't like about the plot as much is I get the corruption, but just how everything was explained, it really wasn't that black and white, and it wasn't really that elaborate as, you know, they're trying to make it seem. And I felt like if this was a real scenario, you know, everybody would have been able to like catch it, because it's just like super obvious.
Thank you. That's what, yeah.
So that was like, they made this big thing like, oh my God, why are they holding them in there so long? It's like, well, the answer is they don't have money and they need money, and this makes them generate money. Like, you know, they could have really pieced this together in the first hour of Terry meeting Summer, and like,
time the title rolled in, they could have figured it out.
yeah. So it really wasn't that as complex as they were trying to make it seem. I don't think they did a very good job of like hiding certain pieces. Like, I think they could have. Before I get into like what the director could have did differently, I want to say like the energy of the movie was great. Like I said, I enjoyed the storyline. The plot was a little weak for me. The actors and actresses were all pretty solid. I think Terry's character, because it's like his first real breakout role, I think there were some parts where it just kind of didn't align, because like, is he really smart, or is he just average intellect? Is he above that? I mean, he's above average, you know, his combat skills, clearly, because he's putting in work. And like, you can see that when he gets into action scenes, like he's critically thinking and like making like some pretty solid decisions. But he wasn't Superman. It wasn't like, oh, okay, that's not realistic. Like, he definitely had his flaws and his points where, you know, he made lapses. Most notably was, for me, the scene that really stuck out for me was when he went to the the chief's office and was filing a report on a robbery. And he was so confident in like, oh, I'm going to get them to like kind of admit some stuff or say some stuff. And he literally had his phone on the table charging. And the chief was just like, yeah, cut that phone off or unplug that phone. And like, who are you fooling, dude? Like, you come here strolling, waltzing around thinking you're so smart. And it's like, you literally have your phone flipped upside down on the desk. Like, that's not super obvious. And I was just like, and then he tried to do this little back and forth, like, okay, you're a little sharp too. Like, it's just like, I think that was just one of those parts of the script that was just like, that was like a low IQ move, and it kind of just didn't align with his character. But outside of that scene, I think the main actor did an excellent job overall throughout the movie, and I think they made Summer a little bit too smart in certain things, and then like other things they didn't make her smart enough. Like she came on very strong in the very beginning, like, oh yeah, I can help you with this. I know this, this is that. And then they actually gave her the plot and she couldn't put it together. So it's just like, Summer, like just what the hell? What was your purpose? Like, I think even Terry put it together before her. So, because he was asking like all the right questions. He was like, well, so why if they're doing this, then they're doing this? She's like, I don't know. He's like, well, because it's obvious. Like,
He's like, God damn it.
yeah, like a slow girl. So yeah, if I were to make some changes, I would have just tightened up on and I mean, I say this, you know, I'm not a producer or a director or anything like that, but I tighten up the script so it's just a little bit more believable. Like really sit down and kind of have that discussion of like, how smart do we want to make the main character? Because if we want to make him super smart, then he kind of has to, you know, for him to do all these things and survive this ordeal with all these cops trying to fire at him. And it's like, you got to make him above them, like intellectually. And I felt like he was slightly below the chief. The chief was just so cocky that he overestimated some things. So I make those changes. I make the character more in sync with, you know, how the overall movie you want it to end. So, yeah. But like overall, very enjoyable movie. The actor and actresses were pretty good. I'll go back to one more scene. The one cop that was like bad and just bad all the way throughout, like super country dude. I think he was a little over the top. Like it just was like super over the top, and it just became more over the top as the movie progressed. Like in the beginning, it was pretty cool. It's just like, okay, he's just a little crooked. But he's just like, gun, start shooting him. We're just like, what?
Yeah.
He literally could have shot him and then said gun and then threw it in there. Like, yeah. But I mean, there were just so many things that, you know, could have been. But I really did like how they made the police chief this like super cocky, arrogant dude. And then when he miscalculated, they showed his like vulnerability. And like, I definitely want to shout out to his acting ability, because you could see him like having full control, and I can feel his emotions when he's losing control. And then even when, oh man, I overplayed this. If I would have knew who you were and, you know, who your cousin was, you know, I would have took that deal, pretty much apologizing to him. Like, here's your bag of money. Your cousin's in bad shape. I don't know how well he is or how well he isn't, but you know, he's getting medevac to the hospital. Like, take the money. Here's your cousin. He's free to go. Just leave town. And here's the money for the truck too. So you don't even have to pay for that. We got you for that. My bad.
Don Johnson, a legend. But
Yeah,
I want to go back to one scene you did touch upon. Yeah, the phone one. Because it's like, man, this is 2024. So yeah, my man could have hit like a electronic store, got something a little more incognito, a recorder. We can say, yeah, because that was funny where he did catch up. He's like, put that phone away. What are you, dumb? Yeah, that shit was so basic.
Yeah.
Hey, this was a small town, so there was no Walmart, Ace Hardware.
But you know, they still have like a little, yeah. That, I mean, my man rode bike from like wherever he came from. He could hit the next town and got a device, you know. So now I want to circle back. There's two changes I would have made, because like you had a good point, Manic, as far as like and you know, that was the issue I had too, as far as the basic plot. I think almost like they should have, you know, had ownership like in the jail too, where the prison was connected also, to make it like a layer deeper, like, hey, look, they feed the prison, because the prison, like, they make money on that back end also, so it would be a little more elaborate. Because like you said, I was like, this is so basic. You know, an admin clerk for the city could catch on to all this and blow this away. So yeah, just the way that they kind of arranged that. Then the other change I would have made would have been like towards the end, like, you know, once all the stuff came out and they had like the whole, you know, shootout scene, and you know, when they were at the hospital and stuff, and you know, people started getting arrested, they should have had a scene where, you know, they were like, oh, because of this, you know, they released like so and so prisoners are, you know, showed how many people were impacted by like the town or something like that. You know, I think that would have been good to see how how long they did it or something like that. But yeah, that would have been the only two changes I would have made to this. All right, man, let me jump to the next one. So any pushback on any positions? any more dialogue. Well, I did look up the main actor. He's actually an English actor, so I'm gonna have to give him more credit than that because for him to be an English actor, he did a great job.
Yeah. British.
Yeah, United Kingdom.
Damn. So yeah, when I looked it up, I'm like, okay, man, British actors are taking over, boy.
Idris Elba just opened that door.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Because I'm watching I forgot the one the Gangs of London and Peaky Blinders. So yeah, England they're definitely doing good as far as acting. I gotta give them credit, man.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, we'll go ahead and we'll go to the would you change your rating or are you gonna keep it the same? So I'll start with you, Casey Fred, and we'll work our way down. Oh, hold on. Before you go, let me what's good, Wally?
What's going on, guys?
There he is.
So Wally, real quick.
There he is. The man,
Wally,
the myth, the legend.
Tell you,
The one and only Wally. When we started this podcast, Wally, we were like, I don't know how we're gonna do this without Wally.
I know, Wally.
We probably took the first 15 minutes
I'm
to
just a plug in. Goddamn, don't start that. I'm just
we took probably the first 10 to 15 minutes just talking about how we could
singing
possibly
your praises.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But
Our
Wally,
deepest
real quick,
gratitude for
what's
you
your
appearing. Thank you.
So Wally, what's your rating for this movie?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have because
He's basking in all other praise.
An 8, but I have to give it a 7.
Okay, so you're in there. Manic gave it a 7. Casey Fred gave it a 7. Amazing gave it a 7.5, and I gave it a 6.5. So you right in that range.
All right.
But we're gonna go to the questions. You gotta break down the questions real quick. So why'd you give it that rating?
So the reason why I gave it that rating, I like the movie in its whole totality. I like the movie, but there was a lot of things in the movie that was just missing. Like, what was the ending of the cousin? Like, the whole narrative based upon the plot, which is pretty much why the cops were doing what they were doing. It just didn't really gel the way you think it would, because it's like it just leaving a whole bunch of gaps. Like, there's something missing here that you're just not getting. That's not connecting the dots to a lot of things. So it's just it just felt very incomplete. So that's why I sort of had to dumb it down, because I was really gonna give it an 8, but then it's like I had to think about it. Like, wait a minute, what happens to the cousin? Is he alive? Does he get free? Like, what happens to all this, like what's going on with all these other mixed matches? So it's like I'm not really. It was like, okay, it's missing a lot of things, because once you hit towards the end, it was like, okay, what, like, hold on now, don't leave me hanging. Like, what happened to the rest of the stuff? So that for me was just a little bit off-putting. But nonetheless, would I recommend it? Yeah, I definitely would recommend it. You like the movie. Like I said, storyline, nice plot. Again, once you get into the premise, it just feels like it's very incomplete. It's not really well told as far as the plot, because like you get the agenda, right? It's just to keep the union of the cop that's still left, still intact, and still empowered and in working. But nonetheless, it's just there's just a lot of things missing, because it's like it just makes it feel bland that all you're doing is just skewing the numbers and the timeline of certain people that are getting in jail to only then get somehow in prison and all that other stuff. So it's like, okay, something's just missing here.
No, it's funny you said that, because we said the same thing. I was like, man, that
Well,
seems
thank
like
you,
the most
thank you.
basic. That seems like the most basic scheme ever.
Well, that was missing, and it just sort of just threw me off. Like, it was like, all right, that was just like, it was just too much. As far as the actor, the lead actor, he was pretty much the best character. I just love the scene where they found out who he is, like really who he is, and then he just switched into tactical mode and just started just showing that badass character that he is. Because he was just like, the moment he started putting that in, I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be real good. But nonetheless, as far as if I was the director or the producer, yeah, like I said, I would love to see what happened to the cousin, because there was nothing intermissed within there. I think also too, I would like to see like a scene in there, like show a quick scenery of what the cousin's going through in prison. Because of course we all know, like, okay, you're a church mouse, you know, you snitched. So it's like what does that environment really look like? Like, granted, we've seen it before, right? Of course, you're snitched, so you're gonna be targeted. But how was you targeted? Like, how was you set up? Did the guy in the jail open the door and then they just all just ran in? Next thing you know, it's like, hey, get out of there, you know, whatever like that, or like, you know,
No, that's
such
actually a
and
good
such.
point.
As far as the guy like that that had a drugged the female, that was a little bit too unbelievable to me, because it's like, you're trying to tell me you're that much quiet for you to just walk on in and just
Find the vein.
heavy set man, and you just okay, that's
Don't forget, all the police have to go through phlebotomy school. So it's a requirement.
and then what's so bad about it is you leave the evidence. Like, granted, yeah, you probably had some gloves and all that, so you didn't leave no evidence of your, you know, fingerprints or nothing. But the fact that you just leave evidence, that's just a rookie move. Like, what world? You don't do that, ish. Take that with you.
Yeah, that was a basic move.
So yeah, those are a lot of certain things in here that they could have just, you know, just changed a little bit, and then, you know, just check out, and then, you know, this would have been a better movie. But yeah.
All right. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll go to the would you change your rating? So we'll go back to you, Casey Fred. You gonna keep your 7 rating? You gonna go up now?
Nah, I'm gonna leave it as 7 because at the end of the day, this was a small town. One thing that did crack me up, and I want to know what you guys thought of this. When I first saw the movie at the beginning, I was like, man, this is a bunch of racist cops, man. What is going on? And then when we get there to the department, what's this black sister cop doing up in here? And I was just like, what's going on? And then Terry's like, yo, so, you know, I need you to help me out. And she was like, at first, I thought she wasn't going to help him out because she did put the gun, but then all of a sudden when he grabbed the gun from her, he was like, okay, all right, I'll go ahead and help you out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I thought that made a difference. I did also like the simple fact that even though he was a badass when it came to combat, you still can't defeat bullets. The boy got shot, you know, and none of us talked about his friend, but who goes around loaning $10,000? If you guys got $10,000, I'd like to get a small, quick loan real quick. I'll pay you back next Tuesday. I just thought that was pretty deep too. So, and then you find out it's the Chinaman, and he calls back. He's like, yo, man, you had the cops over here. They was going through all my stuff, you know? And so I thought that was pretty deep. And then you finally meet who he was and stuff and realize secretly he was pretty much kind of one of those powerful dudes that you probably wouldn't want to mess with anyway. So I thought that was pretty cool. So
Nah, he was just a field medic.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they say.
Yeah.
So you gonna stay the same at your 7?
Yeah.
All right, Manic. You gonna stay the same? You going up or down or?
Well, I mean, after hearing everybody's insightful input, I'm gonna stay the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Amazing?
I'm gonna stay the same as well, 7.5.
Okay, 7.5. Wally, you staying at your 7? You gonna go up or
Yeah.
down?
Staying at the 7.
All right. So for me, I was at a 6.5, and I was gonna go up to a 7, based on my man. You know, I'm really feeling the British actors right now. You know, on my show, so I gotta give them props for that. But I gotta still deduct like 0.2 off of that, because if he had 10 stacks, my man was out there camping in the woods, musty. I just didn't like that element, man.
No,
You know, he was out there camping in the woods and shit, riding a bike like he's Lance Armstrong and shit. Come on, man.
But I mean, he was definitely given broke brother energy, which is consistent with his character.
Yeah, but he's a.
Because I mean, he said he got the money because he pulled out all of his retirement. All of his retirement was $26,000. Like,
no, that wasn't
That's a
just
good point.
retirement. That's
That's a
also
good point.
business too.
no. The business was a $10,000, so that made it $36,000. but he pulled out the 26,000 from his retirement. Like this is all this is life savings. My man served, and and then all he had was a bike to his name. Sold his car, pulled out his life savings.
That one moment he went to that area, and you saw the other vehicles in that building. I mean, he could have had that van. So I don't think.
No. When he went to that area, he was going to Mr. Lou's spot.
Yeah,
that wasn't his. Yeah, he was just stopping by to get help with the bullet wound. But nah, my brother had no money. Like he literally pulled out his life savings and had to borrow $10,000 from Mr. Lou. So he has a total of $26,000. And mind you, he's not making car payments because he has a bike. So he sold his car already. So on top of him selling his car, selling everything he has, he only owns a bike and $36,000 to his name. My brother is definitely broke. But it's okay because, his like IQ level, kind of matched like his character. Like, so I wasn't even mad.
Good point. Yeah, because it was consistent.
Yeah, that part was consistent. I was just like, because he was camping out. It's like, hey, I ain't got no money. The little bit of money I do have, I'm just gonna camp out in this. I live this lifestyle. And then it makes it even hold on. It makes it even more funnier because when they talk about his history, it's like he didn't even serve. Like he didn't actually even go out and live that life. Like he was literally in a trainer in like, I don't know how nice the training facilities are. I'm sure they're not like super nice, but like my man really did not live that life of like camping out like that. Like that was all completely unnecessary and like self-inflicted.
Yeah, because man, like that's why I just thought it was a little odd. But like you said, yeah, he definitely was broke. So there was definitely some bad decisions made along that way. Because yeah, my man had a Huffy and
but
I would have damn sure after they gave me that truck, they were like, look, I would have been out. Whole girl would have called me up like, hey, you gonna turn around? I figured this out. I'd be like, hey, listen, I got my truck, I got my life together.
Paid off. Yeah, I got my life together.
Got this bag of money. I'm gonna go break Mr. Lou back off, but nah, I ain't coming back. I'm good.
Here's the question though. How much love do you have for your relatives to pull out that kind of money to go get them out of a bad situation?
Not much at all.
I mean, does anybody do that? That's what I was trying to figure out. And then he went back and got some more money. I was just like, that was deep to me, man.
Well, I don't think it's love. I think it's like intellectually he just wasn't at that certain level. So it's just like, stupid is what stupid does.
Y'all are some haters. Oh my God.
I think he was too stupid to understand what he was actually doing. Like, so I'm gonna fuck up my life so I can help my drug dealing young cousin who's dumb.
Very technical. How stupid can he be?
Right?
That he had to ride a bike all the way down there wasn't the smartest move. And I agree with Manet because
different things. He's built for that.
Nah, he's built.
Like time, he should have mapped it out in his head. He shouldn't have been like, damn, I got to ride my bike down here. Now I got to take out my like retirement fund, pretty much.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna stay here and work for Mr. Lou.
Get my
life together, cousin. Hey, hang in there. You need to like get a piece of plastic, rub it across the wall. You got to make a shank.
And he got paid like $50K. Like what we're talking about here?
We got hater number one, which I feel like in this circumstance is Manic, and then closely followed up by hater number two, SJ.
It's not hater. I mean, just it's just the reality. It's like this movie. It makes the movie more realistic. Dude's like physically like gifted, talented in his field, but it's just like in the area of finance, he's lacking. And you can't be good at everything. And this movie is a clear example of that.
Everybody got the downfall.
We haven't seen everything he's really capable of.
Well, we know he's not capable of finances. Anything in the financial realm.
See, this is how y'all know.
That's an L.
Finances and outdoor shelters.
Oh, and his credit score is definitely low because he could have literally called up a bank. Because he could have called up a bank instead of Mr. Lou.
You don't need to do a bank.
Well, clearly he had to beg Mr. Lou to just front him the money. Like he couldn't go to a bank because he has shit credit. He had to take all that money out because he has shit credit.
Agent, he don't need to.
He doesn't even have a basic credit card. He could have put, courthouses now. Hold on. Let me just say this one point. Wally, courthouses now can accept Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. So he literally could have showed up without no money, and said, oh, they stole my money. Here, just put it on my card while I wait and get my money back. But he didn't even have a card with a $10,000 limit to post his cousin at a bill.
Spoken like a true hater.
No, just somebody who knows a thing or two about finances. That's it. Just a basic understanding.
If you want to talk about a card, I can agree with you on the card, right? Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, you're a special agent. You may as well get a card that's just special for you, and all you have to do is show it and be like, okay, yeah, we got you. Just write this off.
I mean, if he was in his like early 20s, I'd be like, okay, maybe he hasn't built up his credit. My man is definitely in his 30s. So it's like at this point, you got to look in the mirror and be like, hey, I'm not good with finances. It's okay to accept that. You're good with guns. You're good at like, maneuvering people around. But like, that's just an area he probably didn't pay attention to. He probably was excellent in gym and probably wasn't so great at math,
First of all, hey, amazing, Wally, y'all messed up because you over here talking to Dave Manny Ramsey over here for finances. Good doggone well, this is his specialty. But I will say, for you to be able to put all that money in a little bag, a little paper sack or whatever, I don't know, man. That's the part that got me so bad. And then just the way he answered the questions, like, can we look through this? No, I don't want you to.
Well, then we're going to have to get the dog and it's going to take hours. Oh, my cousin's going to be in there an extra day. Like, really? An extra day and these cops ran you off the road. Is that really that big of a deal?
Yeah.
I'd have been like, bring the dogs.
I ain't gonna lie, that's another unrealistic thing. Because I ain't gonna lie, if I'm riding a bike and I got the headphones in my ear, and then you driving behind me, and then I don't hear nothing, I believe you didn't hit no siren. I believe you just flashed it. There was no signs being hit, and you just saying that you were trying to stop me for a long time. In reality, you never tried to stop me at all. Because he literally has the car to do it and literally drive past him and slow him back and let him know, wave her down. So the fact that he took that advance and did what he did, that is some cheap shot-ish right there.
Yeah, but this is how you know that the hate is real. When somebody says he was probably good at PE.
Well, no, it's not. It's a fact. I mean, my man was maneuvering.
CrossFit instructor.
I know. I mean, he did like flips and stuff. He did like cartwheel rolls. He like shot a person like with the beanbag gun and then dodged a bullet. Like, and this is not like a John Wick type movie. This is just like a regular guy, like, with some specialized skills.
He is like, he got to a bus on the bike.
See, that part was part of the plot or storyline that was just completely unrealistic.
Yeah,
I think.
Hater.
I think if anybody who's ridden a bike, even going 20 miles an hour, that is fast on a bike. Now a bus on a highway, an open lane highway, and not rush hour traffic.
Oh, you talking about that?
He caught the bus. Like, he caught the bus, not at a stop sign. He caught the bus on the open road.
To make it even worse, it was a prison bus, and he's all tapping on it. Somebody would have been like, "Yo, man, we about to clip this guy if he."
No,
you take all those scenes and just look at him. You can tell he's more than probably good at PE.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's good at PE. I'm giving him his credit. I'm just saying he's not good at finances. Like, that's the more impactful
He ain't good
part.
at like logical planning. He ain't good at finances.
Logistics.
He ain't good at hygiene.
Hey, Manny.
Yeah.
Hey, Manny.
Out of the woods, musty.
Hey, man, you said you giving him credit, but you don't have credit. That's what you keep saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying he's got credit. He's got credit. Like, definitely, he did the physical stuff. That was cool. Rode the bike really fast. Yeah. But like hygiene, his fit, his appearance. My man had a fresh cut the whole time though. So
Oh yeah. He had to.
I know he's at least going to a barber for that. He's not doing that himself.
Yeah.
Oh, there was another scene that stood out to me that I was just like, what the hell? When my man catches the fish with his bare hand. Did y'all catch that in the beginning? Oh, the first, you caught it, Amy, did you? Yeah. So The first night he stays in town, he's out there and he's like looking under a rock and it looks like he finds like a bug or something and some grub. And then like he has like a string, or does he have it? I think he has like a string or a rope. Then he sticks his hand in the water and he's like moving it around. And then like he like lunges and jumps and then pulls out a fish with his bare hand. And I was just like,
That you
really,
can do
nigga?
that. You can do that.
I'm
dropping my
Really?
score.
Remember
Where's the?
Really?
I'm going down to a 6.3 now. I was at 6.5. I'm going
You
down.
can.
Final
You,
story.
it is very possible. I don't want to say that it is not possible to catch a fish with your
No.
bare hand
The
because
only
it is
person who
very
could do it was
possible.
Van Damme in Bloodsport.
Naked
No.
and afraid.
That was like in the early
You
90s.
know, you can
Afraid.
no. I watched Naked and Afraid. You can catch a fish with your bare hand, but you can't catch that type of fish that he caught. He did not catch a catfish. You could catch a catfish with your bare hands because they're bottom feeders. They sit there. He caught. I think he caught like a. I don't know. I think it was like a bass or
like
it had to be a
rainbow
bass.
trout
'Cause-
or something. So
Yeah, because it was big enough to eat, like for him to fillet it and stuff like that. So it wasn't no little perch or nothing.
I'm gonna have to
Right.
go look back at that scene.
yeah, I can't remember that one.
I'll send y'all the timestamp.
Yeah, send me that.
Yeah, it's just like, well, man,
Yeah,
straight.
I got to go down to
Pull the fish
6.3
out.
because yeah,
What's up, man?
It is fire.
doing all this on a bike. But all right,
That's
we'll
what
go
happens
ahead
when you
and
find-
get our closing out. So we'll go to you first, Fred. Parting words.
Well, once again, we are 4-0. Yeah, what's up?
Congratulations.
And I gotta give a shout out to this is another jersey from her name is Jay Bay. She's on IG and Facebook. Another entrepreneur that's getting out shirts and jerseys for local skills and talents in KC. So very
Okay.
I want to say thank you so much, Jay Bay, and keep up the good work on that. And it even has KC Fred on the back. I would turn around, but I don't have time for all that. But just love it. I will say I thought it was okay. You all of a sudden, and I think this is going to start another conversation. But I thought it was so deep that you spent all your money for your cousin, but then you turn around and you stay and you try to protect this girl, and you never did get none. So I thought that was
What?
Facts, facts.
Really? Are we seriously saying this?
I expect this from the man below you.
Facts.
Not you, Fred.
Preach, Fred. Preach, Fred.
that was real deep. I just thought that was real deep. You know what I'm saying?
Baby, I done messed up my
No
truck.
kids, no smooth,
I'm moving in your shit.
Yeah, baby. This is my house now too.
I just thought that was real deep. You know, I ain't hating. I'm just thought, hey, okay, this is a different movie, you know. So
Hey, Fred, they would have done one of those like 2 years later. There would have been a little mixed kid running around.
Well, technically, should go back.
I'm like, babe,
They should definitely be showing that part.
you gonna cook something?
Scenario right there. Be a whole
You cook that
other
fish that I caught earlier?
Yeah. You wanna go fishing? You wanna go on a bike ride? We ain't got no car. But all right, Manic, parting words.
Part words. Casey Fred is 100% right. My man definitely should have got some. She should.
Tonight. Mhm.
She should have threw it at him. He definitely deserved that.
Catch her.
Great movie. Yeah, great movie. Definitely watch it if you haven't. It was fun watching it. And shout out to the Sophisticated Jerk, man. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Getting old. I'm getting old.
She
Appreciate
turned
it, though.
what?
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys.
20, 25, 24?
Absolutely.
Still holding.
26 and a half.
Oh, okay.
I'm a sugar mama now.
Mhm.
All right, amazing. You need to pay these bills.
Happy birthday. And my parting words are to stay safe, everybody. Another birthday and another year is another blessing. A lot of people don't make it this far for any age. So I hope you enjoy your year. Happy birthday.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Wally, my man Wally, parting words.
Fireworks. Once again, happy new age attitude. So, happy birthday.
I appreciate that. I like how you worded it like that.
Oh man, but yeah, nah, solid movie. Go watch it. Other than that, the only thing I'm gonna sit here and say is, yeah, sophisticated jerk. Just like what Fred said, yeah, since it's your birthday, go get some.
But all right, my part words. Definitely a good movie. I definitely recommend people watching it. Definitely some disconnects. I have to agree with Fred on this. Fred was cooking tonight, man. Yeah, after my man to save the day like that, yeah, she definitely needed to break my boy off. But hey, before we head out, check out what was her name again? Casey Fred, the lady that made the.
Her name is Jay Bay.
Check out Jay Bay, and then also y'all check out Wally's channel. He's our sports guru over here. Been watching his predictions, so follow him on his channel.
Predictions it is, baby. He knows what predictions.
Man, y'all gonna lose soon. Don't worry.
Hey, what's up?
But all right, y'all keep tuning in, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.